All right, bang, bang. It's that time. Look at Price. How did you get that hat, Price?
Some moron left it at my
I
house,
know.
so now I get a free hat.
Yeah, Price had a Traeger and decided to grill out for us, and it was fabulous. However, I left my hat, my lucky hat, and Price. It was so lucky that Price actually cashed this last week, doubled up his money. So I'll let you keep the hat for now. Keep that hot streak going. But man, that was fun watching the top players in the world go at it. And what everyone think? I think it was a good week for us. I doubled up my money, of course, just the week that I decided to play. Not a lot because WGCs, low fields, no cut events. I'm horrible at. I have a really bad track record, so I played the least of this ever since the restart. And of course, I doubled up my money. It wasn't a ton, but anytime you make profit, that's a good day. Bryce, what did you think about it? We saw your lineup there on. If you don't follow us on Facebook, the DFS Dad or DFS Dads, go to Facebook, give us a like. If you don't follow us on Twitter, it is the DFS Dads. Find us there. And if you want to further support and save some time, make some money, go to DFS Dads. Just use promo code Route Combo for a free week, free month. Appreciate all of y'all that are watching. And Bryce, break it down. What did you think about last week?
I mean, overall for me, good week. Obviously, doubling my money for the most part helped. Got kind of lucky because I wasn't really cashing until the very end. And then as soon as Xander went on his run the last couple of days, it really helped me. I mean, he's, like I said, he had the best course history coming in, and he fucking dominates East Lake. He does great there. I didn't want to play DJ at his price tag, Ron or JT, and naturally they finished 1, 2, and 2. But I mean, this cream of the crop rises at these events. Obviously, it's a tough week because there's only 30 people. But overall, I was happy with my picks, even though Matsuyama didn't do shit and Finau played like crap also.
Yep.
But
once again, all of us rode Scotty to profit, so it's been a good week.
Dude, my boy, rookie year, motherfucker made $5 million in the last few months.
Yeah. Can you believe DJ how much money he's made over the last month? What was it, Dustin? I think you were texting.
Yeah, I think actually just for this month it was like 18.3, but I think if you go back to last month, it's close to like 20.
And think about his brother, who's his caddy, just 10%. You don't have to do shit because DJ just walks up and plays.
DJ doesn't even ask for yardage. He's like, I think it's a 7-iron, and just pops it up there, 5 feet.
But I'm happy we're back to a normal tournament, even though this field is sketchy as shit. But
yeah, and we might as well talk about a week ahead. Our special guest, who we got coming on the pod, Price.
We got Bucks coming on for us. Brian Snow. He's going to give us a good little breakdown on Wingfoot, and then he's going to help us go over everything for the first official major of the 2021 season that kicks off this week. So we're looking forward to having him on. We actually locked in a time slot and planned ahead of time for him to come on. So it should be fun. He's well-known, cool guy, knows his shit, and I mean, it's hard to interact with him and not come away liking him.
And he's a 4 handicapper, so
yeah,
former scratch golfer, as he says.
Yeah,
so he can play golf too. Cool stuff. All right, y'all want to get into it?
Yeah,
do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's hear it, Price.
All right, so this week it's the Safeway Open. It's going to be in Napa, California at the Silverado Resort and Spa. It's the North Course. Back to a par 72, so you get 4 par 5s again. It's fun in Poa annua grass for the greens, which usually is going to negate bad putters because it gets kind of bumpy in the afternoon and kind of screws everybody. But for this course, you want proximity, the 100, 125, 125 to 150. I'm looking at opportunities gained again because you should have minus 16 to 18 has been the winning score. And then with how well everyone's been playing lately, you could probably see it get to minus 20. Robert Trent Jones course. So if you're into corollary courses, look for those. But it's important to know that even when you miss the fairway in this one, you still can score because you have someone like Cam Champion won last year who's not accurate off the tee. He just bombs the shit out of it. So if you go driver wedge everywhere, you're going to be golden. But for me this week, it's Brendan Steele week. I love this dude in California swing, and we're in California at a course that he's done great at. So I'm looking at that. So look at easy course for scoring, Poa and greens, and then par 72. That way you get the guys who take advantage of all the par fives.
So the top there, Brendan Steele, is that your one play in the 10+ range? And who would have thought a tournament with Siwoo number one at 10-8?
Well, that's 2020, baby, right?
2020.
That was 2020.
You have Siwoo, and then Phil Mickelson, who was playing on Champions Tour, Kuchar withdrew, and then Lowry and Steele. Like, it's just.
Bro, don't be hating on Phil. He just won a tournament, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he did just win a tournament.
I don't give a shit if he wins on the Champions. He should win on a Champions Tour.
How much money did he make for winning that tournament? What was the purse there?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Worth it, though.
All I know is he was like plus 250. He just beat the fuck out of everybody.
That's
But
pretty cool.
yeah, in this price range, Steele for me, nobody else. Like, no way I play Shane Lowry. And Phil would be interesting, but at 10-6, I'm going to pass and go to Steele and just pass on everybody else.
Yeah. For me, I like Phil in this group. I know obviously Steele won it back-to-back. What was it, 17, 18, I think?
15, 16.
15, 16. So, you know, he has a course history. But I think Phil, man, he's just –
And if you're right, it was 17, 18, my bad.
well, you know, I am right every once in a while. But, you know, I know it's the old man tour or whatever, but, you know, he still played really well. Coming into a field where, you know, he's going to be the most well-known golfer, you know, carrying a little bit of swagger into it. I think he can perform. Now I'm going to take him at 10-6. That would be the real tough. For me, I'm probably going to fade this whole range and move down to the 9 guys. But Phil Mickelson is a little bit intriguing, and I know Chris loves him.
Not
you know,
this week, brother.
Hey, why not?
Because Price just talked me into Brendan Steele.
Have you ever seen him swing is the question.
No.
Yes.
But he did finally get to see Answer swing for the first time in his professional career at my house.
No, I've seen him swing before, but just very rarely. I kept playing this guy Answer that I've never even seen hit the dang golf ball. And he kept sucking. Everyone says he's easy to make the cut. He's missing the cuts for me. And so I was over at Price's. We were grilling, and he hit a golf shot. What do you know? I saw Answer hit a golf shot. So I was going to completely fade this whole range. Price is talking me into it a little bit with Steele, actually a lot with Steele, because on my rank he's number 4. Number opportunities gained, like Price went over that. That's a really big one. He's third, DK point 6, and overall, I mean, 4th on my list, back-to-back, not back-to-back, 17-18 winner. Price might have talked me into at least making a second lineup and rostering Steele, because my lineup right now I've made pretty crisp, I think. So let's get down to the next range. It's going to be topped off with the GOAT, Sergio Garcia. And then you have Mr. I somehow make all the cuts and then shoot plus 10 on the weekend, Jordan Spieth. University of Texas. Welcome. Dustin, we got to start you off. Talk to us.
Yeah, for this, I really like Ches here. I mean, really the big glaring thing for him is his putting. As we all know, I mean, he's pretty good in every other category in my model. Actually really good. And then putting, he's like 128th. So as Price said earlier before we started, you know, this is his best putting surface, even if he still sucks ass at it. But for me, you know, it's just the amount of opportunities. I think, you know, he can get it done. And if he gets a little streaky with the putter, then then you're golden. And I shouldn't say this. I don't know why I'm even looking at him, because I hate him for what he did to me earlier in the year. But Dahmen, I mean, he's been playing really good besides the missed cut. As far as the last 4 or 5 weeks, he can hit it a long way. He can score. So I'm kind of intrigued by him. I'll dig into him a little bit more. And then Harold Varner, which seems like a lot of people are on. Good course history. Really good in my model. 9,100 though, and highly owned. Depending on what I'm doing, if I have a cash, I might venture and take him for sure. Given the high ownership and how well he's done here and how he's been playing. So those are kind of the 3 main guys that I'm looking at in this range.
Yep. HV3, number 1 in my model, 25% projected ownership. Might scare off some folks. It's not going to scare off me. It looks like I'm going to make 2 lineups now with equal opportunity, since I have to get Steele in for price. But HV3 is still going to be in that initial build. I feel like, at least as of now. Number 1 in my lineup, T to green, number 1.
Yep.
Putting is pretty crappy. Opportunities gained 5th. I love his price point at 9,100. I think everybody else does as well at 25%. But I'm very disappointed. D. Reed missed over the main man, Doc Redman. So I'm gonna be playing some Doc as well this week, and then that's really all I like for this range, because like Price said with Steele, I like him over Sergio at just $100 more. Dahmen is interesting, rates out really well on the model. His around the green is pretty bad, number 111 around the green.
Always is.
And it's gonna be pretty dry out there, and it's gonna be hard to stick some of those greens. I feel like around the green can be important this week. So even though he's 5 in my model, it makes me a little nervous there. But what do you think about him, Price, and what's your thoughts on this whole 9K range?
I mean, just like you guys, Varner's going to be my favorite one in this range. I think him and Chez are going to be the 2 most popular. Grillo rates out well for me, but our team never Grillo. I just don't like playing him. He's great. He's a great ball striker. He's frustrating as shit to roster. I looked at this pricing and saw speed at 9,800 and just started laughing. I hope to God people play him.
Please. I wish he was priced even a little lower, honestly.
I wish, switch him into Varner. I would pay 9,800 for Varner and watch people play 9,100 Spieth and just lose all their fucking money.
Yeah.
You just hate Spieth too, though. There's that
aspect. Yeah, he's a whiny little bitch.
And he's a bad golfer.
He hasn't been good in 3 years. He complains. He's an asshole to his caddy. He's overrated now.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to put feelings aside for money, man.
Yeah, look, he's making all the cuts, Price.
Okay.
What do you want?
I don't know, maybe a top 10.
Not dead fucking last after making the cut?
Yeah. Why doesn't he take some notes from fellow alumni Scotty Scheffler and make some fucking noise on tour?
I do got to give you that, though. You were calling Scotty. This dude was missing cuts all the time, early in the career.
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying, this guy's going to pop. This guy's going to pop. And then we rode him for, the past 2 months.
So in regards to people we're coming up into the fall swing where you find people like him. It's just like Cantley 2 years ago, where you have a great college or Korn Ferry Tour player who's good at off the tee, accurate, makes greens and regulations, above average to good at putting. Those kind of players, their game translates no matter what fucking tour you're. Because as long as you keep yourself out of trouble, get on the green and regulation, give yourself birdie looks, you have a chance at every turn. And so Scotty, like I told y'all today, I wish he was in the Masters and I could have hammered the shit out of him at 150, 200 to 1, because now I'm not going to get that chance. He's going to get in and be 60 to 80 to 1. But, I mean, going back to this tournament, I'm going to pass on pretty much everyone in this range besides Chez and Varner. it'd be a toss-up between Doc and Eric Van Rooyen for me for the last spot in the 9K range.
You are.
EVR rates out well,
Yep.
but just like there's only so many bad putters you can roster before you just want to kill yourself in a week. And if I'm going to have Ches who sucks and Varner who's iffy
I know.
and even Steele's mediocre putting, like that's fucking pushing it right there.
Yeah.
Like,
What about just team no putt? Just 6 no putters.
Ugh, I did that one week. It's not fun because you're like, oh great, they have 8 foot for birdie. You're like, please don't 3-putt.
That's like a 3-putt bogey.
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, dude. If he could make a 7-foot putt, Bubba would have a chance to win. But it is what it is. But
So
I think it's a good range. Everyone's priced pretty fairly considering the strength of the field. I think Sneds might go pretty underowned. He hasn't played well lately, but he has good course history. He's a California guy and does great on public greens.
Yeah, he's a great putter. He's good around. He's pretty good. He's good around the greens too.
He's a great short game. He just is trash off the tee, but if you go to a course where that doesn't require it.
Yeah, and this course, I mean, the rollout is going to be. I feel like it's going to negate having to hit the ball really far. The ball's going to roll.
I hate the 8K range this week.
Oh man, that's my favorite range. That's my favorite range. What do you not like about it?
Literally every golfer in it, I don't want to touch.
You have the boy from LSU, Sammy Burns, who's
He ranks 84th in my model.
But Chris Love.
my model 32nd. That means that he can play.
I have Davis 102, Burns 84, Norlander 114, Danny Lee 115, Hubbard 129, Glover 67.
Burns is 90 in mine, so I think advantage me and Price on that one.
For sure.
I guess
The only one who rates out decent is Keegan Bradley.
Yeah.
And I'm already rostering bad putters. I don't need him to.
Davis grades out pretty well in mine, too.
Cam Davis. Yeah. Cam Davis is, I think, a pretty good play. But my favorite play here in this range, not only that I go to Alabama with him, but Bud Cauley, because he's number 5 around the green. Like, he's so good around the green. And so to me, I feel like these greens are going to be, I keep saying it, are going to be hard to stick. And he's going to, around the greens can be crucial. Number 1, I believe, in bogey avoidance. I like his price point. I'm a homer, so take that with a grain of salt. But Bud Cauley is going to be in my lineup. I think he's a safer play. He ranks 15th in my model. I feel very comfortable with that price point at 8,600 with a really weak field. And there's really nobody else in this range. I mean, Lucas Glover is another guy that's kind of interesting, but I would rather go down in price in the 7K range and have someone like Luke List who can strike the ball, can't putt either. But I like Luke List at his price point and his form and where he is in my model in the 74 range. But what about you, Dustin? And Price hates this range. I kind of like it. What do you think?
I'm kind of a little bit of both. Like a couple guys don't like most of them. Like I said, the guys for me that rate out well are Keegan Bradley and Davis. So those are kind of the two that I'm looking at. Your boy Bud, 138th in mine. Norlander's decent.
Fix that model, bro.
Hey, we'll see what Price has to say. Like, there's 3 of us, so if 2 of us have them bad, then you're the odd man out. And then, Danny Lee's kind of intriguing. Another terrible putter, but pretty good at everything else. So the 3 that I would look at would be Davis, Bradley, and Lee. The other guys I'm not really interested in. And it's like y'all said, how many bad putters do I want in 1 week? And so that's kind of what I got to figure out in the next.
Me, the only 2 I look at would be Tyler Duncan and Will Gordon. Duncan rates out pretty decent. He was 5th here 3 years ago. He's in probably the best form he's ever had coming into this week. And Gordon is just, he's a stud whenever he's actually on. He doesn't have enough ranked rounds for this in my setup. He only has 2.
Yeah, he's the same in mine, so I didn't really know where to plug him in at.
But he's another one of the guys, like a young talent who once he gets it clicking, he's gonna do well. He's gonna do well at Birdie Fest, which is kind of like this course. And I'd rather play him in a weaker field when he's just now starting than in the tougher courses. But
Yeah.
I mean, the other guy who needs to make money because I'm sure his wife is pissed he's been home for the last month not playing is Lucas Glover. But I feel like he fell off. He did so well for like 6 weeks and then just went to shit.
Yeah, as soon as I took him, as soon as I rostered him,
You broke him.
broke him.
What do y'all think about the 7K range?
Lead us off, Bryce. What do you think about it?
I mean, my two favorite plays, my boy Zhang Zhang
Zhang.
and Taylor Gooch.
Gooch, man, he's been –
Gooch rates out fucking phenomenal in my lineup. And Zhang rates out mediocre. I think he's like 50th. But, I mean, he finished 7th here last year. He made the cut when he played 2 years before that. He did decent last year, and he does well in tournaments where you're going to have a lot of birdies. So I think him, Gooch, and McNeely are probably my favorite plays. And then Luke List would be one of my other ones. I think List will be pretty popular because he's been playing well. He's just god awful at putting. I mean, I literally watched him 3-putt from 2 feet last time he was out.
– takes time.
That's like me bad. But he rates out well, and then Patrick Rogers and maybe Cameron Tringale. But this is kind of one of those where I'm going to fall back on. I like the guys who do well in the California swing because it's in Napa, California. So McNeely's from the area who he doesn't rate out great, but whenever he's clicking, he's clicking. But for sure, Zhang and Gooch are my two favorite.
Yeah, I'm rostering Luke List is my main play that I really like, and like Price said, this range is very up and down. The 7K range in a weak field, all these players have major weaknesses, so it's kind of who you feel comfortable with at that point. I feel comfortable with Luke List. He rates out as number 3 in my rank. That really stands out for his price point of 7,400. Like I said, I like to go down to him as opposed to playing some of these guys in the 8K range. I think 7,400 for Luke List is a very safe play. Price at Tringale, he's 6th in my model, which is very interesting. 7,500, but that's kind of where I'm at. The two people that I've been looking at are those two, and then Zhang, just because it's a homer pick. I'm not gonna lie. Where are you at, D Reed?
So I always like some Zhang, especially when they're playing pretty well. So he's a guy, that's been playing pretty well, even if he doesn't rate great in your model. Sometimes you got to go outside of that. So he's one I'll definitely be looking at, especially at 7,000 on the dot. Another guy that's intriguing to me is Harry Higgs. Been playing pretty good since his missed cut. He was tied 11th at the Northern Trust, and then I think 50-something at the BMW. But gain strokes off the tee, pretty good putter. So at 7,200, I'm looking at him. Gooch has obviously been playing well. The past few weeks outside. Obviously, he wasn't playing the Tour Championship, but one of the other interesting guys to me is at 7,900, and it's a little pricey, but Denny McCarthy. If you look at kind of what he's done lately, he's played pretty well, and he has a lot of strokes. And so kind of one of those intriguing guys, but at 7,900, I'm going to have to kind of dig in because in my model, he's not great. He's like middle of the pack type of guy, but he has been playing decent, been making cuts. So for a guy in the 7,000 range, you definitely want him to make a cut and, try to get in, top 30 type of finish. So I look for guys that I think can do that, along with obviously just making the cut.
Denny rates out fucking awful for me.
Yeah, like I said, he's not great in my model, but I kind of looking at what he's done the past 3 tournaments. I mean, he's 9th, 49th, 58th. I mean, which isn't great.
Going the wrong way.
Well, that one actually wasn't in order. It was 58, 49. So, I mean, sometimes you got to take flyers on these guys down here. But, it's early in the week. And so I had to dig down into these 7K. These are the ones where you got to really figure out, what you're going to do, because most of them are going to be middle of the range in your model. They're priced down here for a reason. So, just got to kind of dig in there and see what you like. I notice nobody said anything about Sepp Straka.
I was about to say that. Price loves Scotty Scheffler, but no one talks about how much he likes Sepp Straka either. The man is like been missing cuts. Talk about going the wrong way. I hope he puts some.
Didn't mention him.
Yeah. Let's mention him, Price. Talk to us.
I would rather just drop down and play either Zhang or even Johnny Vegas.
But what's going on with Sepp Straka? You like this guy?
He's usually good.
Inconsistent.
But look at he 46 here in 19, missed the cut last year. Hasn't been playing well, so there's no reason to play him right now, I don't think. Guys in this range, I'd rather be a week late on than a week early. I'd rather wait for them to do well and then pop on next week and trail it than, you know what, this is the week that he's going to pop off, or Rafa Cabrera or fucking Charlie Hoffman. Like, I just don't want to go there with him.
Yeah, Hoffman. Didn't Hoffman do well last tournament?
I believe he did.
Yeah, 13th at the Northern Trust.
But even like Wesley Bryan, like I like playing Wesley Bryan. He hasn't missed a cut since he came back, but I just don't see the point this week, There's other players I like. And then we get down to the 6K range where there's 100 freaking people to pick from.
Yeah.
So it's rough down here.
Yeah, I mean, in your lineups, are y'all taking 6K guys a lot? Or, I mean, obviously you're hopefully just taking one, but, I'm trying to stay out of it for the most part.
I think there's a few viable guys, personally.
Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus.
Seamus. I don't know. There's like, I think it's a fair price on JB Holmes. I think he'll probably, if he's not in my main lineup, he'll be one of the last cuts.
Why do you like him so much?
Corollary courses. I mean, one of them is Riviera. He always does well there. He's been good. He just, I believe he got hurt and just withdrew out of the last tournament. But
yeah, he hadn't played in a while. But
yeah, his last tournament completed was February. Ugh. I mean, that's kind of rough, but hey, that means nobody's gonna fucking play him.
He's had a lot of time to practice.
A lot of time to practice down in Kentucky. But I also like Kevin Chappell. I mean, Chappie's the dude who he's done well on tour. He got hurt. He's worked his way back. I mean, he hasn't been great lately, but in a field like this, I'd rather take a super talented guy who's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, any 6K guy is going to be a freaking risk. So,
like, honestly, what's the difference between him and Norlander? Not much, but you save $2,000 going down to him.
What about Tor
for a while?
Do what?
What's up, Chris?
No, what did you say, Justin?
I said Norlander was a hot name for a while.
He had 3 good tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
You know what's terrifying? KJ Choi rates number 6 in my model.
See, I told you y'all's models were broken.
Hey, dude, he might be the move. You never know. But a guy who, if he wasn't, I think he pulled out of his last like 4 tournaments hurt is Von Taylor. This just feels like it's a Von Taylor tournament.
You like Vaughn Taylor?
I do. But he does well at courses like this, you know. He's one of those guys who in a weaker field that's where he can make the cut and make his money. And that's how he stayed on tour. Or, you know, Kiradech at the Barnett, who he's funny to say his name, but he rates out well for me. He just hasn't played much on tour in the last year. So it's, I mean, there's a couple like even Graham Daly at 6,200. He's coming back off being hurt, having major surgery, but he's a good player whenever he's healthy. He's been healthy in a long time. So with 100 guys in this range, if you want to play like a combination of Steele, Ches, like a couple guys up there, you have to go down in this range. So you just kind of have to make the call. Are you going to drop down here? Or are you going to stay balanced and just use that shitty 8K range that I hate that you might want?
You have old Percy, number 12th in my model at 6,600, but his around the green is horrible and his putting is even worse.
What's wrong with your model?
Well, my model's on point. It has Bud Cauley up there pretty high.
But I mean, it's always gonna be a crapshoot in this range.
Do you think the best thing is gonna be the build is gonna take down the tournaments? What kind of build price? Balance probably.
So not necessarily balance, but maybe go like 10K, 9K, then 7, 7, 7, and then throw in anyone you like between the low 9s and mid 8s.
Yeah.
More than likely, that'll be a popular style of build.
With so many 6K guys, you know, the big tournaments, I think, it's going to be all over the place.
6 of 6 is going to be less than 5% this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a feeling it's going to be just fucking chaos, and these super low guys are going to pop off, and you'll have people who are over 7,500 missing the cut. Who you're like, how could you miss the cut in this tournament?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's what should happen, because that's how they have this price. Is they want you to space out ownership and then pick guys and hope your 6K guys make the cut.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's get out of the 6K range. Do we have any bets? Do we know of any bets right now?
Let me pull it up real quick.
I know we've been all on the tournament that was today as well. So.
Ooh, Varner at 40 to 1's not bad.
Not bad at all. Where's Sam Burns at? Give me 100 to 1.
He's not even on the list.
Keep scrolling.
200 to 1.
He's 50 to 1. That's
dang.
Man, everybody knows the man's about to take off.
Yeah, in a tournament like this.
I'd rather throw $50 on JD at 100 to 1.
Better question. What's speed?
Way too high. 28 to 1.
To what, make the cut?
Wow, he's priced the same as Emiliano Grillo to win.
That's speed.
Oh, he is falling.
So did Tiger.
With your bankroll management price, are you gonna play a little less this week with it being the week before a pretty big tournament, right? So what do you feel like this is where you can get a competitive edge on? Because at the end of the day, money's money, right? It doesn't matter if you take down the U.S. Open or if you take down
the Safeway.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably play close to my normal bankroll this week, maybe a little bit less. But I mean, I scaled it back this past week to playing basically a quarter what I normally do, and I wish I hadn't at this point.
Yeah, naturally.
But I think I'll go most of the normal bankroll. Obviously, it depends on what happens tonight with my NBA sweat. But I just can't stop playing, you know. Just love me some
Hey,
DFS.
just a week ago, I'm not playing
I'm so sick of this shit.
like literally not even 24 hours later. Look what I hit on NBA.
Boom!
Back in it.
Hey, dude, you say that, and then you go to constructive life, like, God damn, that looks good. I'm winning some money tonight.
Yep.
And then like tonight, where the Raptors get the shit beat out of them, and Siakam's like, I'm going to get 5,000 fucking 20 minutes and just not play. And now you can pray to God that you hold on in min cash.
And he kicked a guy in the face.
I mean, nothing was worse than last night. I should have made $2,500, $3,000 off the NBA, and Russ and Caruso just suck ass compared to game one, which is sad. I'm even rostering Caruso, but
It's pretty sad.
it is what it is. But hey, NFL in fucking 3 days, baby.
Go
Get ready to watch my boy Deshaun Watson tear up the Chiefs.
America's team, baby. Dak, Zeke.
No,
Here.
we're not talking about the Cowboys.
No more of this.
When was the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game? What year?
I mean, is that relevant? Why did he live in the past?
Hey,
Present.
I just want you to remember, it's still not a catch.
Dez caught it.
All right, let's wrap it up. If you want to find more, just head on over to DFS Dads. We're gonna all give our stud plays, our fades, our values of the week, our tournament plays. We're giving you 4 of the 6 for cash, so you can just fill out the last 2. We're really setting you up to win there. Take the thinking out of it in a lot of ways. We're doing all this research so you can save time, do that, and still play. So go to dfsdads.com. Also follow us on Twitter. We've been putting out a lot of content out there recently, and we put out some showdown. Price does a great job breaking down the numbers and showing y'all some showdown plays in between rounds for all 4 rounds. So definitely give us a follow on DFS Dads on Twitter and like our Facebook page. We will talk to y'all soon.
See you in 2 nights for NFL.
Right.
Facts.